panelist, our Batmasri, Dr. Mailswamy Annadure, who is popularly known as the Moon Man of India. He's an Indian scientist and working currently as a Vice President for Tamil Nadu State Council for Science and Technology, also Chairman for the Board of Governors in National Design and Research Forum, NDRF. He was born in July 2, 1958 in a village called Kathawadi near Pollachi in Coimbatore district. And prior to his assignment of this Tamil Nadu State Council for Science and Technology, he was a distinguished scientist in Indian Space Research Organization. Also, he was served as a director for ISRO Satellite Center at Bangalore. So during his 30 years for service in ISRO, he had some of the major contributions, including two of the major missions of ISRO, namely Chandrayaan-1, Mangalyaan, also Chandrayaan-2. So Annadure has been listed among 100 global thinkers of 2014 and top the innovator in his list. His work was mentioned as a textbook in the Tamil Nadu Board of Secondary Education. So we are so welcome for your presence, sir, for this webinar conference of India Beyond 2020 Challenges and Opportunities. So let me hand over the session to our Mailswamy Annadure. So please go ahead for your session.
Yeah, thank you. Hope my mic is fine muted. Okay, yeah. Anyhow, I heard both the stalwarts of 2020 vision, both Rajan and Pillai. They touched upon almost what we lived through that. Just I'm recapping because after this, I think around 4:40, I have to leave for another webinar and come back. I'll join you if time permits around 7 o'clock. So the one thing what I was trying to put is, yes, we have fairly well we achieved like that we are telling, but now we are talking about 2020 beyond. So that means what we have targeted in 2020 versus what we achieved, a quantification. I think that should be the basic of further to proceed for in a formal way to go. So though we talked about, I think probably that may be required because Y.S. Rajan and I think a very big team worked for that. Okay, I think similar, if not similar, definitely a good number of people. Today's digital technology being available, archive available, probably we'll able to do it. But I think first thing is what we have achieved. I think some of the areas, as Dr. Pillai has told, we have done better than what even 2020 told. For example, space. I think we have not even talked about the moon or Mars, a manned mission and all. I think it has been done there. And even Mark 3, I think we have done. So where we have done better, probably that is the strength. Is it possible for us to inch upon further so that we are the world leaders when coming 2030? So one is where we achieved better, whether we can strengthen further to go further into the thing, and where we have not done, then we have to definitely see the post-mortem why you are not done and what is to be done there, especially manufacturing industry, as rightly told, that I think what is to be done further, especially the COVID-19 given opportunity for the pharmaceutical industry. Though we talk about pharmaceutical industry, I think most of the drugs formulations, I understand, has come from outside. I think we don't have a drug discovery centers back in India. I think that is another thing we have to do. Probably we will touch upon that. Beyond all these things, now looking at the lesson from COVID-19 has given, we, as rightly told, 5 pillars on which the 2020 has been arrived at, starting from agricultural to the self-reliance. But now the COVID-19, my feeling is a start a lesson. We should have another team, another think tank, like any other nowadays, even any companies they have, like a strategic thing. We should have a monitoring for anything unwanted. For example, COVID-19, let us assume, think back, if you would have been 2020, we had a team identified as a 6th team. That's purpose is, that goal is to look for any signals which will affect us, global signals which will affect us. This is what in today any strategic management, agile management, you know, talk about any company they talk about. So that signals, for example, could have early warned us the COVID-19 to manage properly. Similarly, tomorrow one more COVID-19 has gone. So now COVID-30 or COVID-25 also can come. May not be in the same corona form, maybe a form in the form of water. Okay, water is also another issue. It can come. For example, this is for Africa, it has happened. Similar thing, India also not very far. So towards that, what really we do? For example, when we talk about agriculture, the sustainability, when we talk about also, even then, there are the areas, if you look at here, water beyond even precision monitoring, even precision agriculture, beyond that, some alternatives need to be seen. need to be seen. Because, for example, that day I was talking about, just a few graphs I will touch upon. When the few days back we had a meeting with the Minister of State's Health, looking for the post-COVID-19 creation of job employment opportunity. Some few of them, which I was thinking, I have put it down there. Probably I will try to touch upon that here. So that what talks about is basically, yeah, are you able to see my view graph?
Yes, sir, we can see you.
Yeah. Now just few of them. Just I will tell you. Instead of telling the higher level, just I thought of pushing the ideas when we talk about water management, and even going for the today's agricultural point of view, what COVID-19 has given a lesson to us. Okay, so then that way you look at here. I thought, yeah. One is the personal and the community hygiene. There is a lesson definitely that I think is we see seen using our technology. We can do that. There are do-away things possible, like in temple you're entering. There are some things you're supposed to follow. See something similar in the schools, colleges, marriage halls, temples, and what we can do with the available thing. But the sanitation tunnels, people have done it. Is it possible for us to allow that to happen there? But unfortunately, it looks health department has stopped it, but that has to be seen like very good. Beyond that, one good thing is now we are working, for example, unmanned aerial vehicles or drones, and what we have done for during the COVID-19 case, extrapolating that for slightly different way. For example, I have given a proposal for nearly Tamil Nadu alone for 16,000 villages, like tractors and spray machines are given. Like that, is it possible such that that gives even the people locally a way of spraying? Means only correct quantity will do, and not only that, faster we can do, and it is not affecting the human. So these are all the things which we can do that. Similarly, this another thing what I was telling, just giving an example. I just am quoting one or two example. It is not exhaustive. Just giving an example of, for example, when I told the water budgeting is also a must. Now, why I'm telling is, for example, we are all wearing. I that day impressed that much to the minister also, but somehow it is not reaching the imagination of the policymakers. Unfortunate, very unfortunate. What is happening is today, look at your cotton also. So we are telling Go Green, that also costs for 1 kg of cotton yarn. It takes 20,000 liters of water. Okay, but now the similar fiber today textile is possible to do using our banana stem. Banana stem today it is going. நம்ம கரித்தண்டு சமைக்கிறது தவிர அதிகமா யூஸ் பண்றது இல்ல. We are not doing too much on that. But there is a big potential because India is the largest banana cultivation country in the world. Okay, and that way today there is a good possibility we can, whatever Prime Minister has told 2 days prior, we told this particular way. Today India has an opportunity to make it on its own a textile which is coming out of banana fiber. That will revolution the whole world, okay, such that it has better than even cotton's cloth, and it is even equivalent to any other rayon or terrain for this wrinkle free is concerned. But today it's a waste. That means a cotton today to cultivate and to bring to the yarn level, you have to spend 20,000 liters of water. That is not here. For the banana, cultivation would have done the thing, but today it is going away. That waste can be brought here, but in the process we will able to give a huge amount of employment opportunity back in rural. Okay, that means the stem will be taken and the fiber will be extracted then and there in the field itself. They have a mechanism I have arrived at, and from there we can do. I will go straight away on that alone. So this is what, yes, Dr. Pillai has told, Industry 4.0. This is the demonstration we are telling just in our banana field. Okay, there is an enzyme plant. That enzyme plant will be there in Tamil Nadu, whatever model I given is in Coimbatore. To that plant, this is from across Tamil Nadu, more than 3 or 4,000 units of that we will do. Every 15 acres of the land, we will have this machine installed. This will be monitored from the like Industry 4.0, exactly similar, using IITDM students. And this is what we are trying to do. And that will be seeing from the starting from scheduling, extracting, bringing the system here, and going to the textile industry. okay, to the whole thing, it is a good package is readily available with almost a throwaway price. We'll able to realize the system. This is such a thing. This is, but water content here it is what you're telling is less, and this is sustainable. Sustainable in the means after taking the fiber, still the waste, that waste can be converted into pharmaceutical items, and trace can go their manures back there to the field itself. That way, it has a, just giving one example, a great potential revolution the whole system is concerned. That's possible. Similarly, as I told here, today, you know, the Tirupur industry, once upon a time was leading, even Kalam himself in state-wise praised that knitting industry was leading in the world. Today, we are losing the battle even against Bangladesh, okay, purely because of the environmental norms they are not able to meet. So that needs to be addressed in a slightly different way. This also we addressed, and we have the answer for that. So that will bring out not only for the knitting industry, even the other leather industry also now we are losing a battle. So to bring back both our textile of knitting industry as well as leather industry, we have a green effluent treatment plant new approach. And that way, I think we will be able to do is much better. Today, what they are doing is they are using a good amount of imported coal. With that, they are using evaporators. Evaporator, because of that, the effluent water is not coming into that, getting evaporated, but good amount of carbon is going to the atmosphere. And beyond that, a good amount of sediments coming there. That sediments are right away, I have seen more than few thousands of tons of sediments in Tirupur. They don't know where to put the things there. So like that, very many things are there. So I'm telling about where we can do better and where we lack, again, we can pop up with that comeback. Beyond all these things, connecting all these things, I think today they talked about BharatNet, that has to be done in a fast track mode. This, whatever we are talking about, connecting villages, all these things, this very much called for. This should be an integrated space and terrestrial fiber. I think that is no other way we can do it, because we cannot keep connecting everybody to a fiber mode. Definitely, ISRO has to play a role on that, connecting all the villages seamlessly. So today, because of that, most of the villages will get few youngsters from each village. Just right away also will get, now already good number of people are moving out, and they need not be brought back, okay? And a good number of IT industries now already they're putting a norm. More than 80% of the people, they are asking them to work from their home. But they will, unfortunately, if you don't allow them here, they will not work from their hometown. They will work from some higher. To make this happen, I think this is should be allowed in this way. And another thing is, as I told, yes, pharmaceutical material, but my understanding is, I think good number of patents from outside, drug research centers per se, not very much available here. Today, as Dr. Pillai has told, good amount of our biochemists are ready to come back to India. Okay, they want only the facilities that are available. They are ready to start the work right away here. I know a good number of people who have the patents even for the cancer testing is going on. For that, medicines available also. Those people with the patent, 3 or 4 patents, they are ready to come back here. And they are looking for the possible scenario is made available. They were ready to come here. So the post-COVID-19, India will be definitely the destination for medicine for all the people. Already it is there. It's going to be here. This, but to increase the strength, as I stated out, wherever strength are there, we can continue to be world leaders. So this is one area we can do that. So like that, what I am trying to, basically I'm trying to tell is, if we can identify, these are all the thrust areas, seamlessly connecting rural and urban things together, and towards that required technologies we can put it, and that way I think definitely will do. But coming to education is not only the educating into the what we are talking about, higher education people. Once upon a time, Harivoli Ekam abdinte adult education they used to give that. Similarly, maybe across the border, the computer literacy to all the people, I think it's going to be the norm should be ensured there. I think that way we should do that. And I know a good number of industries. For example, foundry also, once upon a time, India was leading, I think, next to China, but now we are losing a lot because of various reasons. There also, Foundry 4.0 is keep coming. And for that, I think somehow we're able to bring the policymakers' attention to it. I think we can do it. That means, in summary, 2020, yes, we have done, but looking, quantifying what we have done better, how we can strengthen, where we lost, how to do that, and using the present scenario of COVID-19 experience, where we have reasonably done better, and with the put together, definitely when we're looking forward, definitely India's future is bright. And beyond all these things, Kalam, because of his brand, 2020 was sold to the youth of then, to across India. I think now that's when we're talking about 2030, 2050, whatever we're talking about, I think there should be a way of movement such that everyone, especially when talking about the youth who are going to be a part and parcel of that making there, and they receive it properly, and they receive it with the confidence, and they receive it in a world, because now this is a changed India, as rightly Pillai has told. Today, definitely we can tell whether we have achieved, how much percentage achieved 2020 is different, but definitely we have achieved, and definitely we have shown to the world when coming to a common enemy about all the countries is a COVID-19. And towards that, definitely India has done much better. Considering this stage, I think we can do reasonably well. And I feel this meeting will be one of the first meetings towards that. And I think I'm ready to work with your stalwarts, people like you, how we can make the 2030 vision or 2050 vision documents further line is concerned. Thank you very much.